Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with people you care about who also care for you. It has been blisteringly hot this week here at the studio, but as I'm recording this, the heat wave is ending and we're going to have rain for the next few days. So I'm actually recording this a little ahead of time because I don't want to stand out here when it's raining. Funny that. Thanks very much for your comments to last week's video about tyres. It's given me lots of traction on the thought process. Sorry, I couldn't help that one. And I've got another silly Sunday musing for you today, namely, do you do the wave? If you're driving down the road and you see somebody else in an EV, or perhaps the same type of EV as you drive yourself, do you wave at them? Do you grin like a silly schoolgirl? Or do you just completely ignore them? And when you are parking somewhere, do you follow the rule? You know the one that says, if there is an EV parked in the parking lot or the car park, you should park your car next to them. And it's doubly important if you happen to own the same vehicle. Is that just my ADHD brain doing things, or is that the rule that you also follow? Please tell me that that is also a rule that you follow. Then I won't feel so weird. So way back when EVs were still relatively uncommon and you would drive along the road and you would see someone else driving an EV, you would give them a wave. You'd either just put your hand up if you were driving, or if you're on a bike, you would just wave. Interestingly, bikers have different waves depending on if they are in a left-hand or right-hand drive country. You might not know this, but bicycles in right-hand drive countries, i.e. where you would normally sit on the right-hand side of the steering wheel and drive on the left, in those bikes, the front and the rear brakes are switched. So this one is your front brake and this is your rear. But in markets where you drive on the other side of the road, on the markets where you drive on the right-hand side of the road and the steering wheel is in the left-hand side of the vehicle, this is your front brake and this is your rear brake. Interestingly though, for motorbikes, it doesn't change. This is always your front brake and this is always your clutch or your rear brake if you don't have a foot brake. And so your throttle is always on the right hand side, and obviously in markets where you're going to be driving or riding down the road on the left hand side of the road and the other person is coming towards you on your right hand side, you're not going to take your hand off your go button to wave at them. So in the UK, for example, if you're riding along and you see someone on a motorbike, you'll just go like that. Or maybe you'll come up with, sometimes you'll see people stick their foot out. I've seen that happen before. In the US, you'll tend to do the peace sign low down, like hang loose or whatever. And it's very interesting to me because bikers normally do it to every other type of biker. Occasionally you'll find someone who's not going to do it. And sometimes you'll find snobs who'll only do it to motorbikes but not to scooters, which is interesting and a completely different thing. And don't even get me started on the way that Harley drivers ride in America and treat other motorcyclists on the road. I will never understand it. I don't get it. I don't think it's cool. I think it's cruel and horrible. It's one of the reasons why I don't think I'll ever own a Harley. There are many other reasons. Don't even get me started. But when it comes to EVs, if I'm driving down the road and I will see another lightning, for example, or another bolt, if the road is not what I would call confusing, i.e. there's not a junction ahead of me or anything like that, I might just blip my headlights, my high beams, just to say hi, or I'll do like the steering wheel, hey, how's it going? But I also have been speaking to a lot of people lately who say, oh no, I never wave at other EV drivers. That's just weird. For me, I still get excited when I see another EV on the road. And again, it may be my ADHD or whatever, but When I see another EV driver, it makes me smile. It makes me get excited. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. If you are an original Nissan Leaf driver, you make me smile almost the largest of any EV on the road today. Unless it's something really rare like an original RAV4 EV, or someone locally to me has a Ranger EV, like the original Ford Ranger EV, that makes me like giddy, super giddy when I see one of those. But the original Nissan Leafs, when I see them on the road, I just beam. And I'll go like, hey, hi. And I think sometimes people get a little weirded out by me doing that. But I normally say hi to them because I think they're so awesome, and I love the original Nissan Leaf. I thought they were just great little cars. I've owned 2 of them and I miss both of them. But I'm sure it's not just me, right? I'm not the only person who waves madly at other EV drivers. I should probably point out also, if you're somewhere west of Portland, Oregon, and you had this F-150 Lightning owner wave at you, or you had the Chevrolet Bolt driver wave at you, there's a fairly high possibility it was me. I will even wave at people on the freeway. Like if I get another car that pulls alongside me that is an EV, I'll smile and wave at them. I will admit, there is one type of EV that I don't wave at, and I don't generally do any kind of high fives or anything. And that is because I've found the owners of those vehicles to be complete and utter redacted. I can't say that word online, but of all the EV drivers out there, the ones who are the most antisocial and horrible to other people on the road, unfortunately, are the Tesla owners. They are the new BMW drivers. They have the same reputation for cutting up other people on the road, for being dicks, and for just being inconsiderate. Even to the point that when you're stopped charging, if a Tesla driver comes up, they generally just leer at you, which is weird. And it's not just me, I've heard that from other people as well. Apologies if you are a Tesla driver and you are not like that. I'm not saying that all Tesla drivers are like that, but that has been my experience. They are the ones that are least likely to respond. There are a couple of Tesla drivers locally who I know, and if I see them, I will wave at them. But generally, Tesla drivers just don't care. So let me know in the down below, am I just weird? Am I making things worse? Should I stop waving at random people? Do you do the wave? Do you do a special wave? Do you do a double flash? How do you do it? Let me know in the down below. And of course, if you want to support this channel, you want to carry on seeing me making silly little videos like this for weekend Sunday musings, I would really appreciate it if you consider supporting us from $1.50 a month over on Patreon or on our main YouTube channel. You can join up, sign up, and you'll join the amazing list of people right here. The list needs updating. I am very cognizant of that. Things have been pretty busy here at the studio and mentally exhausting, and I've just not had the spoons to update the list. And I hope to do that next week because I'm going to be on a little bit of a break. We are going to take some time off for July 4th. I do not want to celebrate July 4th with the current US president, but we will celebrate July 4th in our own particular way, which is, I'm glad we're here. I'm glad that we are surrounded by good people and kind people, and the rest of the America that isn't can go and do its thing, and we'll just stay here up in the foothills and enjoy it like that. Anyway, be most excellent. Thank you for being the positive change we need to see in the world. And until next time, keep evolving.